Përshëndetje, welcome back to LearnShip. Today we are diving into some fun Tosk and Gheg expressions, two awesome Albanian dialects full of unique and colorful phrases. Now let's jump right in. Before we go and check the vocabulary, here is the map of the Albanian dialects. Now if you have no idea what is Tosk and Gheg are the two major dialects of the Albanian language. Tosk is spoken in south of Albania, Greece, North Macedonia, and Italy. Meanwhile, the Gheg dialect is spoken in the north of Albania, Kosovo, Montenegro, North Macedonia, and Serbia. So now, without further ado, let's start with the first two words for today's lesson. The first word is going to be Albania. Now remember, in the Tosk dialect, there are two words you can say Albania. You can either say Shqipëri, Shqipëri, or you can also remove the E with two dots and simply say Shqipëri, Shqipëri, Shqipëri. On the other hand, for the Gheg dialect, for Albania, even here we have two words. You can either say Shqipni, 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 or with an Y, Shqipni, Shqipni, Shqipni. The next word is going to be sleepers or flip-flops. Here we have quite a variety, especially in the Tosk dialect. Now, in the Tosk dialect, the first word is shapka, shapka, shapka. In the southeast of Albania, cities like Pogradec or Korça, you might also hear these two words, lepitka, lepitka, or hečka, hečka. On the other hand, in Gheg, we have three words. They are very similar to each other. The first one, which is you might hear more common in different areas, is going to be papuche, papuche, papuche. And then the second one, it is either written with a T or with a D, but the word is the same. So you can either say pantofla, 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 or with letter D, pandofla, pandofla, pandofla. Then we have a lie. In Tosk dialect, for lie, you can say gënjeshtër, gënjeshtër, gënjeshtër. And then in Gheg, ren, ren, ren. Then we have milk. In Tosk dialect, but also in the standard Albanian, for milk you can say qumësht, qumësht, qumësht. And then for Gheg, depending on the region, you can either say tambël with a B, tambël, tambël, or you can also remove the B and simply say tamël, tamël, tamël. Then we have butter. In Tosk, you can say gjalp, gjalp, gjalp. And then in Gheg, you can say tlyn, tlyn, tlyn. Then let's see carefully the word watermelon. Even here we have quite a variety. So the first word, which you might hear quite commonly in the Tosk dialect, is going to be shalqi and bostan. Now both of these words, shalqi and bostan, are also part of the Gheg dialect. So depending on the region where you are, for example in Kosovo, they usually say bostan, bostan. Then in Albania, depending on the region, some dialects, for example, some regions in the south will say shalqi, Some others will say Bostan. So these are interchangeably used depending on the region. Another unique word which is only used in the region of Korça in the southeast of Albania. For watermelon, you can also say imonik. 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 But as I mentioned to you before, this is only used in the southeast of Albania, specifically in Korça region. Then we have corn. In the Tosk dialect, for corn, you can say miser. 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 And then in Gheg, kalamoch. 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 Then we have beans. Even these ones, a very important and traditional food. In Albanian language, we say that the beans are the meat of the poor. It's a very, very traditional food, and we have been using it for a very, very long time. So in the Tosk dialect, you can say fasule. 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 And then in Gheg, we have two words. The most common one that you might hear often is going to be grosh. 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 And then another word, which is very similar to fasule, but is with a P, pasul. Pasul. But the most two common ones is going to be fasule, fasule in the Tosk, and then grosh, grosh in the Gheg dialect. Then we have strawberry. Even this one, very important to know because the words are completely different in both dialects. So in Tosk, for example, in the Tosk dialect, for strawberry, you can say lulestrude. 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 And then in Gheg, for strawberry, you can say dredhës. 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 So once again, lulestrude, lulestrude, and dredhës. Dredhës. And then the last word for today's lesson is going to be girl. We have quite a variety here. As you can see carefully, we have so many words for girl in the Albanian language. Now, the first one, which is common in both dialects, but also part of the standard Albanian, which is the official form that we are usually learning. For girl, you can say vajz. Vajz. As I told you, this is the word to use everywhere because it's the official word. Vajz. Vajz. Now, if you go a bit deeper in the dialects, you're going to find some different words. So in Tosk, another two words you will hear is going to be either gots, 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 and then chup, chup, chup. So gots and chup are part of the dialect. And then in Gheg, we have more varieties. You can either say gots. Gots normally is used in areas like Tirana or Durrës or Elbasan, which are right in the center of Albania. And then if you go a bit higher, let's say in the mountains, in the north of Albania, you might also hear these three words: chik, 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 tsuts, 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 and the last one is going to be vash, vash, vash. So once again, in Tosk, vajz, gots, and chup, and in Gheg, vajz, gots, chik, tsuts, and vash. Thank you for watching and do not forget, subscribe for more videos. See you in the next one.